Believe me, I will be the greatest
testosterone
producer that God ever created, and I mean that.
Sorry!
This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Shout out to everybody who support this platform, man. Much love. I appreciate all the love and the support. And we back with another video. In this video, I want to speak on, and I want to let my brothers know, man, that I understand what we go through. And when I say that, it's not just a figure of speech. It's actually something that I wake up and I have to deal with every day. Being a young black man here in America. And I want us to understand that we're the villainized ones. We're the villains. But if you a comic book fan or anything to that sort, if you're into any type of geek / nerd comic book type of thing, you understand that the people who were called the villains in the story, for the most part, were the ones who were villainized. That's where you get villain from. Villainization. Being casted out. Being the black sheep. Being the scapegoat. The villain. And a lot of black men back in the day had to leave their families and go out in the streets just to get sustenance for their family. And a lot of those men were villainized for that. The system taught our women to villainize us men. And because of that, you have what you have today, what people like to call thug or street culture. You see? When these were men who were casted out of their homes due to the system, due to things that were going on in society, these brothers had to go outside and make money to feed their families and to feed themselves. And these men were villainized. But these were some of the most brilliant minds. This is why a lot of our black revolutionaries, a lot of them didn't come out of black academia. A lot of them came out of the streets. A lot of them were villainized men. They weren't men who were ever accepted by society. Any black man who stood for anything and represented black men and black people in general never were accepted by the dominant society. Just like the X-Men. The X-Men were Xavier's men. You see? And the villains were who? Were the real heroes who were casted out of society due to programs and laws and things that they created to outcast them people. And what they did was they used propaganda to keep those people casted out. And this is why, growing up, we known Magneto to be a villain. We known Thanos to be a villain. But when you go back and you watch Endgame, we see who the real heroes were and who were the real villains. And that's what it's always going to be. And that's what it's coming back to being now. They're going to always come back and need black men. Because black men are the real heroes in society. We're the real heroes. We're the ones who built and engineered society, and we could be the only ones that save it if we want to save it. Just like in the comic series. At the end of it all, the so-called heroes found out who the true villain was. And it wasn't Magneto, it wasn't Thanos, it was none of those so-called villains they were fighting. The real villain was Professor X. You see? We're legends, black men. Let's continue to produce a positive legacy for ourselves. Forget what everybody else say. Yeah, they villainized us. But just look at the comic series. They're going to have to double back around and need us to save the same world that they accused us of destroying. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries. One love to all my madam mercenaries. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. Peace.
If you wanna be on top, you better bring your A game. Can't nobody stop me 'cause I'm always on my A game.